Beatbox.com. It's The Basics live here with MC Xander, a UK legend, a festival favourite. You may have seen him from a street corner to a club to anywhere around the world, but this man has finally put together an album and we're going to find out how he put it together. Since 2005, HumanBeatbox.com interviewed you then. What have you been up to since then?
Well, I've been to India twice, and I've been travelling in quite a lot of countries. I did a psychology degree, been just sort of working on my beatbox and my looping show. Just expanding that really, writing the new album. And it's only this year that I've actually finally got all that material that I've collected over these various different travels and excursions through, psychology, learning through the mind. Now I've got it all on one album and it's finished, and I'm really happy about that.
Incredible. And you recorded the album out in India?
Yeah, I did actually. Not really because I knew a studio or anything like that. It's more just I find the place quite inspiring. My girlfriend was working out there, and we just thought we'd just take all our stuff. I had about 120 kilograms of audio equipment, monitor speakers, mics, everything, you name it. We just took it out there and sweltered away in a little air-conditioned box. But it was definitely different from a lot of people's experience in India, because a lot of people are on beaches, smoking chillums and all the rest of it. And I was beavering away on a laptop, sweating my lifeblood into some keys.
Well, it's nicer than your mate's bedroom anyway. So
yeah, or my bedroom, yeah.
Oh yeah, even so, yeah, it's self-producing, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. So I mean, again, from your style and everything, I mean, there must be artists who have influenced you, but your travels must have been the biggest influence for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I find when I'm around loads of music and loads of musicians and loads of festivals and loads of people talking about music, and it's just music, sometimes it can be a bit like, what do I write about? Am I going to write about music? No, I don't want to write about music. So that's kind of why I like to go away and sort of experience things and sort of learn about other things, because it means that my lyrics can then be about something else, So yeah, definitely. And also the sounds of India is amazing. Every morning you wake up and you've got temple bells going and people chanting and the sound of everything, so I suppose that's an inspiration as well, all the melodies that they have over there.
From lyrics to beat making, what would you prefer? Coming from a HumanBeatbox.com angle, you've obviously got to go for the beats, but
I actually, in the last couple of years, I've found that I'm much more au fait, I suppose, with making just music, even using a few beats and using some lyrics and things, but just sitting down and kind of creating soundscapes and stuff. I suppose that's what I have really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you seen the beatboxing scene change and styles and the skill level?
Yeah, well, it's just skyrocketed, and also the fact that there's lots of diverse things happening in beatbox. It used to be that a couple of people did some beats, and you used to get up in a pub or something and go. And people would be like, "Wow, he's doing a beat with his mouth."
The trick, yeah.
And now, nowadays there's obviously incredible virtuosic ways of doing it, and but then also on I suppose more my side, the looping side, is that there's people doing lots of different types of music. There's Beardy Man doing a sort of DJ beatbox thing where he plays lots of songs that are already written and stuff, and and then there's Rico Loop, who does more experimental, adding other instruments and stuff. And my music, I think, is very different to both of those things. So it's kind of now that we have the technology and we have the skills and things, it's about sort of what music we're going to make.
You combine your skills with technology, but over the years, obviously, you've played with, supported, jammed with all sorts of artists. Have you got any collaborations in the future? Have you done some collaborations the last few years?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things in the pipeline, because I've been really working on this album. It's something which I suppose I've taken a bit of a back burner in the last couple of years, and I've really been just no, I just need to finish these songs in this in this vein with my mouth,
Yeah.
and then eventually get someone else to come in and do something. So, but yeah, in the next couple of months, I'm going to be doing a track with this soon to be known in a big way Belgian dubstep act called Ganja White Night, and yeah, check out some of their tunes because they're absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'm going to do a bit of singing with them.
Okay. So dubstep. I mean, from when you started out, what style of music did you start out with, and where are you at right now with your music genres?
Yeah, I mean, the album is funny because it's a mix between sort of like hip hoppy tracks with kind of sort of thoughtful lyrics and things, and then there's more like upbeat, like dancehall tracks, and even a little bit of dubstep in the new album. But,
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing like loads of dubstep. It's just
Fat Bud. Check out Fat Bud.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, I've got one dubstep track, but it's funny. Like I posted this little clip up on the forums, and then the rest of the track is just something that you just have. I don't know where it came from at all. It's not really dubstep. It goes into this massively like choral, like tribal sounding thing.
Beautiful.
So yeah, you should check it out. But yeah, so musically, the album's actually very diverse, and I think for the next album, it's going to be a lot more kind of stripped down in terms of it's going to be like one genre basically.
I know.
But yeah, for this album, I'm still very experimental.
My favourite part of that sentence was the next album. That's incredible. So you're already thinking, and is it in progress at the moment?
Yeah, basically, because I wrote a lot of these songs when I was quite young, and I really wanted them down. I have a lot of love and affection for them, and having played them a lot, I'm kind of ready to move on as well. This album is definitely me right now, but the next I'm writing new songs for the new one, and just really excited about like having a whole new setup and a whole new approach to it basically.
Wow, new setup. Does that mean more equipment? I mean, run us through your equipment.
Yeah, unfortunately it does. Yeah, more equipment. I can't really go into the specifics right now of what the setup's going to be,
okay.
But it's just going to be bigger, more, me hitting way more buttons, and but with the end that basically I want to write an album which is just, this is what I want to express musically in 45 minutes, not like what I can do, because when you're writing with loop stations, obviously you're like, right, okay, there you go, there's a bit, right, and now I add this, and you're always limited to that loop station formula.
Yeah.
Whereas with the new album, I'm basically going to start the other way around and say, what music do I want to write, and then think about how I'm going to perform it live. So hopefully it will be much bigger and better.
well, that's huge. That's absolutely. How you sort of develop yourself? You teach yourself everything on all the equipment. I mean.
Yeah. It's just sitting down in my room, tweaking knobs.
A bit of time in your hands.
Yeah.
No, amazing, and again, like to develop a new sound. Obviously, you have to look for this new equipment, but also so with your vocals.
Yeah.
So you're constantly always developing and learning some new sounds and putting them through
sets.
And
definitely. In terms of like in terms of singing, I've really sort of found new places of my voice in the last few years where I'll go from this very low kind of which beatbox is a bit more used to like very high sort of whistle voices of like all that sort of stuff, and then layering all that together means that you have quite a lot of range. But I'm always on the scout for like new vocal styles and things. I was gonna go to Persia actually and learn some traditional Persian singing, and I did a little bit of it in India actually, strangely enough.
Yeah.
But and some of that comes out in the album. But yeah, it's still very eclectic, all these different styles.
No, it's amazing putting all the cultures together and putting it through the form of Xander. So have you got breathing techniques? I mean, again, because I have seen this man play at so many festivals, so many shows, and not only does he absolutely pack out the tent, it's the word around every campsite. So 8 o'clock, we're going to see MC Xander. But this guy, he's normally doing 2 or 3 shows like every day on a stage, up in a tree, on the main stage. Then suddenly you hear this like wah, and you run over to the other side of the festival and he's there again. Now you do half an hour, 45-minute shows.
Probably booking myself too many shows. Last year especially, I remember being there with you at Secret Garden, and yeah, it was like 5 different shows, and by the end of it, it was just mental. I think so. It's very taxing on the voice, and especially what it's like at a festival, you're shouting over loud music and stuff. I'm really like this summer, I'm gonna try and limit my performances, so it's just like 1 or 2 performances at a festival, because otherwise I just start like making really absurd sort of. Oh my god!
And then you've got the 15-minute
sounds
encore.
Experimental, man. Yeah.
So where can we get our hands on the album, and where are you going to be performing live next?
Right, you can get a copy of the album from my website, which is www.mcxander.com, and from the 23rd of February, we're releasing it on iTunes and Amazon MP3 and all major MP3 retailers. We're having a launch party as well on the 23rd at the Vibe Bar.
Great location.
Yep. So come down.
Yeah, certainly will. And I really urge all of you to come down, not only to get your hands on the album, but to check this man live in the flesh. A legend who's been around the UK, around the world, but is doing something quite spectacular for the beatboxing scene. It's been Basics, yourhumanbeatbox.com. This is MC Xander, and we can't let him go anywhere without asking, would you give us a live little showcase for all the viewers that may not be able to make it down on the 23rd of February at the Vibe Bar?
Sure thing.
Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, MC Xander, humanbeatbox.com, and the Basics. Incredible. Bang.
Nice. Wicked.